3 down, 13 to go. So, I'm entering the Lost Tower since that's where you find the Ghost-type Master Trainer. Now, I believe this person uses a Gengar, which means I'm going to go second since Gengar is pretty fast. And that also means I'm going to take a super effective Ghost-type move to the face. So whatever Ghost-type move Gengar has, hopefully it doesn't hurt Giratina too much. Shadow Ball, okay, how much is this going to do? Probably a lot of damage since Gengar is also a good special attacker. Yep, that was quite a bit of damage. I believe that was 156 damage. Special Defense Drop, well, that's not going to matter because I don't see Gengar surviving my Shadow Force since it is pretty frail. Yeah, looking at the amount of damage Shadow Ball did, I wasn't too worried given my level advantage. Now, as far as other Ghost types go, another Ghost type I could have used would be Spirit Tomb. Although I don't know if this Gengar knows any Fairy type attacks. If so, then that's kind of annoying because talk about good type coverage. But if it didn't have any Fairy type attacks, then yeah, I guess Spirit Tomb would be a good option. Alright, and my prize is the Spooky Plates. Alright, what does this one say? Okay, I saw this line of text already. Well, whatever. Okay, I'm done here, so I'll see you at my next destination. Not too far away from the Lost Tower is the Slaceon Ruins, which is where you find the Psychic-type Master Trainer. Now this person uses a Metagross, which means I had to think things through since not a lot of Psychic types can stand up to that thing. So I ultimately decided to go with Claydol. After all, they say the best offense is defense, especially when it comes to dealing with something like Metagross of all things. Oh yeah, my Claydol is holding the Muscle Band so that way Earthquake will do a bit more damage. But still, Metagross is built pretty tough, so I don't see Earthquake one-shotting it. So when Metagross survives, I don't know what moves it has, but whatever it has, hopefully Claydol can take it. Light Screen? Okay, good thing I taught Claydol Earthquake and not Earth Power because Earthquake has a bit more power than Earth Power. Now, as far as other Psychic-type Pokemon go, something else I would have used against Metagross would be something like, I don't know, Mew, Mewtwo, Bronzong maybe. Actually, maybe not Bronzong because that thing's not a very good offensive Pokemon, so you could potentially put yourself in a stalemate. And I don't think you want that, right? Alright, and my prize is the Mind Plate. Wow, how ironic. You get this item here in the original games. Okay, what does it say? 2 make matter and 3 make spirit shaping the world. How interesting. I'm on route to where the Bug-type Master Trainer is. And boy, am I gonna have a lot of fun with this one. My Technician Scizor holding the Metal Coat versus this guy's Yanmega. Now, I assume it's going to use Protect, so that way it can get a speed boost? If so, then I'm gonna go with Sword Stance. Yep, I figured as much. I've seen enough Yanmegas to know that they like to use Protect on the first turn, so that way it can get a speed boost. Okay, after this turn's over, 1 Bullet Punch should take down Yanmega in 1 hit, since its defenses aren't all that good. Now, if I were to use a different bug type, I guess I would go with something like, say, I don't know, Armaldo. Yeah, I would give it Rock Slide, since I don't think giving it Stone Edge would be necessary, since, as I said, Yanmega's defenses aren't all that good. Or, I don't know if something like Power Trick Shuckle is a good option, since, well, I don't know if you're going to be able to attack, since I believe that Yanmega knew Air Slash, and yeah, Air Slash has a 30% chance at flinching, so yeah, you could probably be there for a while. Anyway, my prize is the Insect Plate. The original one breathed alone before the universe came. How interesting. Alright then, next trainer. I'm here with my Torterra in the Orbert Gate, since that's where you'll find the Ground-type Master Trainer. Now this one should be easy since he uses a Quagsire. Sure, I'm at a 1 level disadvantage, but it really doesn't matter since Quagsire has no stats over 100. Now as for its moves, I want to say that it knows an Ice-type move to counter your Ground-type, but I don't know if it does have an Ice-type move. If it does, then hopefully your Ground-type can take it. Now another Ground-type I could have used would be Groudon. With 1 turn Solar Beams by your side, Quagsire doesn't stand a chance. And it was as simple as that. And I didn't even have to give Torterra any item to hold. And with that, the Earth Plate is all mine, which I believe is located in the basement floor of this place if you're playing the original games. Alright, what does this one say? The powers of plates are shared among Pokemon. Okay, that's interesting. Alright then, next trainer. Not too far from the Orbert Gate is Route 207, where you'll find the Rock-type Master Trainer. Now, I compared the speed stats of both Cradily and Rhyperior, and it looks like Crady's speed stat is slightly higher than Rhyperior's. So I raised Cradily to a high level to ensure that it will be faster than Rhyperior. And I'm also focusing on Rhyperior's weaker special defense, something Cradily is able to do. Now, another rock type I could have used would be Omastar. Yeah, I never used that thing before, and I don't consider it to be very good, but I do know a couple of things about it. For one thing, its speed stat is a bit higher than Rhyperior's speed stat, and also, it's the only water rock type in the game to have a good special attack stats. Alright, and with that, Rhyperior goes down, and that means the Stone Plate is as good as mine. Now, if this was the original Platinum, I would have found the Stone Plate in that one room in Mount Coronet, where I found both the Adamant and Lustrous Orb. Okay, what does this one say? The rightful bearer of a plate draws from the plate it holds. Interesting. Alright then, next trainer. I'm here on Iron Island where the Steel-type Master Trainer is. So, since this person uses a Lucario, I'm gonna do something really risky. I'm using Heatran in hopes that it'll outspeed Lucario. But given its level, I'm for sure gonna outspeed Lucario. Originally, I was gonna go with Dialga, but since Heatran has Stab on Flamethrower, I had to use it. Alright, good, Heatran's going first. Another Steel type I could have used would be obviously Dialga, or maybe Metagross or Scizor. Yeah, sure, Metagross doesn't have Stab on Earthquake, but since it's a Zero Legendary, it's bound to do a lot of damage to Lucario, or maybe kill it. And as for Scizor, well, Technician works wonders for it. I mean, look at how I dominated that Yanmega not too long ago. But it all depends on what moves that Lucario had, which I'm not too sure of. Alright, and my prize is the Iron Plate. Okay, what does it say? Okay, I've seen that line of text already. So in the original games, you can actually find the Iron Plate here. It's in that one room where I fought alongside Riley, but it's a hidden item, so you'll have to use your Poketch. I'm here on the second floor of the Great Marsh Observatory Gate in Pastoria City, where the Poison-type Master Trainer is. So, since you saw how much damage that Gengar from the beginning of the video did to my Giratina, my Gengar should have no problem taking on this Nidoking. Oh yeah, my Gengar is also holding the Wise Glasses, just to let you know. Now, as for alternative Pokemon you can use, well, I'm thinking of two Pokemon in particular. Crobat could be an option since it can learn Zen Headbutt, but I know for a fact that this Nidoking knows Thunderbolt, so that might complicate your decision making. And then there's Tentacruel. With good speed, it's for sure going to outspeed Nidoking. Just be sure you really grind it to a high level, otherwise Tentacruel's going to die to either Thunderbolt or Earthquake, especially Earthquake since Tentacruel doesn't have very good physical defense, and also Nidoking has Stab on Earthquake. Okay, that Fire Blast didn't do a lot of damage. Alright, and with that, the Toxic Plate is all mine. Now, as for where you can find it in the original games, especially Platinum, I believe you can find it in the Great Marsh itself. I believe it's hidden somewhere in the northeastern corner of Area 2, so you'll have to use your dowsing machine. The power of defeated giants infuses this plate. Did I see that before? I don't remember. Oh well. Alright, on to the next trainer. We're over halfway there, folks. In Snow Point City, I'm to the right of the gym where the Ice-type Master Trainer is. So, I'm using a Cloyster because this person uses a Weavile. Why Cloyster? Well, for one, it has crazy high defense, so that means Low Kick probably won't do so much damage. Yes, this Weavile knows Low Kick. And also, my ability is Skill Link, which means Rock Blast will hit 5 times in a row. Alright, how much is Low Kick gonna do? Okay, that wasn't a whole lot. Now, when it comes to choosing what Ice type to use, I didn't have a whole lot of options. Knowing this Weavile has Low Kick meant that I had to choose my Ice type wisely since the majority of the Ice types in this game weigh a lot. Originally, I was going to use Articuno in hopes that I'll take down Weavile with Sheer Cold, but due to its poor accuracy, that might take too long. So yeah, I had to go with Cloyster, and it worked out just fine. Oh yeah, my Cloyster is holding the Muscle Band, just to let you know. Alright, and with that, the Icicle Plate is all mine. And as for where you find it in the original games, I believe you get from that house with the hiker on Route 217 if you show him the HM for Rock Climb. Alright, what does this one say? 2 beings of time and space set free from the original one. I think I saw that already. Well, whatever. Since I didn't use Articuno against the Ice-type Master Trainer, I'll make up for it by using it to fight the Flying-type Master Trainer, outside the Pokemon League. So this person uses a Dragonite, and knows the moves Thunder Punch, Ice Punch, Thunder Wave, and Roost. Which means my options for other flying types is kind of limited. Oh no, not Thunder Wave. Well, since my Articuno's nature is quiet, something like this was bound to happen. As for alternatives, I would recommend either Salamence or Lugia. With Salamence, you could lower Dragonite's attack with Intimidate, which means Ice Punch probably won't do so much. And as for Lugia, since it's bulky, I'm sure it could take whatever Dragonite can throw at it. And since Lugia can learn Ice Beam, that should do a number on Dragonite. Well, despite getting paralyzed, I still managed to come out on top. And for that, I get the Sky Plate, which you can find here in the original games, just below the waterfall. But it's a hidden item, so you'll have to use your dowsing machine. Alright, what does this one say? 3 beings were born to bind time and space. Okay, I think I saw that already. And when it's talking about the 3 beings, they're talking about the Pixie Trio, in case you didn't know. I'm here at Sundop Spring, where the Dark-type Master Trainer is. So, this person uses a Tyranitar, which meant that I really had to choose my Dark-type wisely. And I ultimately decided to go with Shiftry. Originally, I was going to use Cacturne to bypass the Sandstorm with Sandveil, but I found out that Cacturne is a bit slower than Tyranitar. Yeah, sure, Shiftry and Cacturne have the same defense stats, and Cacturne's attack stat is slightly higher than Shiftry's, but since Cacturne is so slow, I had to go with Shiftry. Alright, how much is Leaf Blade going to do? Because I'm not expecting a 1-hit KO. Critical hit? Alright, there we go. Tyranitar goes down 1 hit. And as for an alternative, I recommend going with Umbreon since it's good at stalling, so yeah, I think that's your best bet. And besides, I guess you could do a lot of damage to Tyranitar with the Toxic and Protect combo. Okay, my prize is the Dread Plate, which I believe you can find at the Old Chateau if you're playing the original games. 2 make matter, and 3 make spirit shaping the world. Okay, I don't think I've seen that before. And now, we're down to the final 3 type Master Trainers. The 3 Master Trainers I consider to be hard and kinda tricky as well. So, I'm here in Veilstone City inside of the house where the Massage Girl is, since that's where you'll find the Fighting type Master Trainer. So, it's my Hitmontop versus this guy's Gallade. Now, I chose Hitmontop as my Fighting type for 3 reasons. 1, Intimidate will definitely help out. 2, Hitmontop's defense is a bit more impressive than the defenses of the other 2 Hitmons. And 3, since I know Gallade will do a lot of damage with whatever physical move it has, I'm hoping that I'll take it down with counter. Thunder Wave? Okay, good thing that missed. Alright, hopefully it attacks me this time. Zen Headbutt? Alright, how much is this gonna do? Hopefully I don't flinch from this. Okay, that was 102 damage, so looks like Gallade is as good as dead. Of course, if it somehow survives this, then I can always finish it off with Mach Punch. Alright, Gallade goes down. Now, as for alternatives, I would recommend Breloom. Why? Spore, Swords Dance a couple of times, and then Seed Bomb. Alright, and for my troubles, I get the Fist Plate, which you can find on Route 215 in the original games. Oh yeah, about that Lucario on Iron Island, I found out that it knew Blaze Kick, so I don't know if going with Scizor is a good idea. The original one breathed alone before the universe came. Yeah, I think I saw that already. So yeah, if you don't want to use Scizor, then I guess Metagross is your go-to Pokemon if Heatrance not your first option. I'm at the Vista Lighthouse in Sunny Shore City, since that's where you'll find the Electric-type Master Trainer. So, this person uses an Electivire, and knows the moves Earthquake, Ice Punch, and Close Combat, which will probably make this thing a pain in the ass to take down. So, my Zapdos is only the Choice Band, so that way I could probably one-shot Electivire with Drill Peck. Ice Punch? Alright, how much is this going to do? Hopefully it doesn't freeze me. Okay, that was quite a bit of damage. Alright, good. Gets paralyzed thanks to Static. Now, am I going to one-shot Electivire? I mean, its physical defense is not very good, but at the same time, I feel like it might actually survive this. Oh man, so close. Well, thanks to the paralysis, I won't have to take another Ice Punch to the face. And Electivire goes down. Now, as for alternatives, well, that's a tough one. I can only recommend Raikou. It can learn moves like Magnet Rise, which is a must, as well as Reflect and Extrasensory. And for my troubles, I get the Zap Plate, which you can find in Sunny Shore itself in the original games. Okay, what does this one say? The powers of plates are shared among Pokemon. I don't think I've seen that before, but whatever. Alright, and with that, 15 down, 1 more to go. Next time, we're going to take on that last Master Trainer, and, well, I think you know what's next after that. See you next time.